So he's disappeared on you again. Whether you've been dating him for a couple of dates, maybe 3 months, 6 months, the fact is if you have a pattern of men disappearing on you, then there is a reason why. And in this video, I want to give you 5 probably reasons that you hadn't thought about for why men actually disappear on you. I'm Renee Slansky. I'm a professional dating and relationship coach. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Start that again. If you're new to my channel, then welcome. Please click the subscribe button. And if this video helped you, then make sure you comment down below. Thanks, Renee. Okay, so clearly I've done a lot of videos on this channel about how to get a guy to chase you, how to get him to commit to you, why they ghost you, and why they essentially pull back. But in this video in particular, I want to address the 5 main reasons of why men actually disappear. And a couple of those reasons are probably not what you thought, and it probably isn't what you ideally want to hear as well. Now, before I jump into those 5 reasons, what I want to do is I actually want to invite you, if you are a woman who is single and dating or navigating a relationship, I want you to join my free Facebook group called Worth the Wait. And in this group, I do live Q&As every single Tuesday, and there is also a lot of free value, support, love, and information in that group to help you thrive in this season. The link for that is in the description down below, so click through. Okay, reason number 5. He doesn't have the capacity to commit. Sometimes it's not that he doesn't want to commit, it's just literally he doesn't have the capacity to be able to do that. Now, whether he is dealing with past baggage, or maybe he's lost his own sense of identity and purpose and needs to sort that out before he's ready to invest into a relationship, really depends on the sort of guy that you're dating. But essentially, ladies, just because you're ready for commitment doesn't mean that he is. And even if he says that he wants commitment, it doesn't mean that he has the ability to do what is necessary in order to be able to give what commitment actually requires. That is why getting to know someone over a period of time is really important, because it gives you an idea of what their default character is and what their mindset is. A lot of the times when we date a guy and we start to fall in love with him, we fall in love with like the great version of him, okay? The initial version of him. And it puts us blind to the little signals that he could send out that, again, he doesn't have the capacity to give you the relationship that you want. Now, he might be the best guy in the world. He might have an amazing heart and, treat you great. But again, if he still hasn't worked on those inner issues that actually allow him to be emotionally available and allow him to emotionally invest in a way that is necessary to build a healthy relationship, then there's not much you can do. You can't force a man to be ready. All you can do is try and work out, who am I committing to, or who am I asking that commitment from? Are they even at that stage of their life where they're able to give it to me? Number 4, you aren't actually the woman that he can see himself committing with. And that is hard to hear. The number 1 reason why men will commit to a woman is that when he's with her, he feels awesome about himself. He sees this woman as a woman who really adds value to his life. And I had a client the other day actually say to me, Renee, I don't understand. I've been dating this guy for 3 months and all of a sudden he turned around and he didn't want to have a relationship with me. Like, why did he do that? Well, basically, girls, I say to my clients, I say, okay, 3 months is usually the good sort of time period to get to know someone. After the 3-month, /12-week mark, they either step up into the next level or they step away. And a lot of the time we can get upset because they didn't step up into the next level. But how many times have you actually decided after that period of time you didn't want to date them, okay? It goes both ways. Men are still working out during that period of time whether or not they want to commit to the girl. And often we as women are just so focused on the commitment that we forget, well, who is it that I'm committing to? Whereas men are the opposite. They're more focused on who am I committing to, rather than just the commitment. And so that's why around that period when it all falls apart and he, disappears or pulls back, it could be because he realizes that you're not the sort of woman that is giving him what it is that he wants, or you're not the sort of woman that he can imagine his life with. Now, this brings me to my free guide, which is called The 9 Types of Women That Make Men Run. A lot of the times, ladies, it's not just the men, it's stuff that we actually do to self-sabotage. So what I suggest is downloading that guide. The link for that is up above or in the description down below. It will give you an idea of certain personality traits that we can have that scare guys away. And it'll also talk more about, ultimately what it is that men need in order to be able to commit. Number 3, you've made it too hard for him or too easy. When you date a guy, essentially he wants to definitely have some sort of chase and challenge, but he wants to know that you're not going to be high maintenance. And I think what we do is we do one extreme or the other. And if you've watched or done any of my coaching programs or things like that, I talk about the dating scale, and I'll do that in another video. We want to make sure that we're giving him that sort of balance where we're available and we're reciprocating and we're initiating, but again, at the same time, we're not trying to lead and take control so he feels emasculated by the process. Remember, ladies, when you start dating a guy and building a relationship with him, it's not just about doing what he wants all the time. You have to stand in your own worth and set the standards. But at the same time, if you're going to try and control everything because you're afraid to get hurt or you want to come across as this overly confident woman, then you're throwing off that masculine, feminine energy in a relationship, and he won't feel that he has a role in there, or he won't see you as, a potential partner. Number 2, he feels things are moving too fast and it's basically putting too much pressure on him. One of the reasons why men disappear is because things can be going really well, but then we as women then go, well, I need the next step straight away. And what that does is it pushes him away because he's just enjoying the process as it actually goes on. In men's mind, they don't see it as I have to have milestones every single, along the way. Whereas us for women, we tend to go, okay, well, now he's introduced me to my parents, now he's doing this, now he's doing that. And it's like we have to tick these boxes to feel that we're getting the progress and the certainty that we want. Guys don't work like that. They basically take it as it comes, and they will keep investing into a woman if they feel that, she's a woman that brings value to his life. She's a woman that makes me excited when I see her. She's a woman who keeps me in line. She's a woman that I can actually connect with and I don't have to babysit all the time. She's a woman that makes me feel like a man. He will keep investing into you if he feels like he's getting the return out of you. So don't feel that you have to put time frames on things. And if you are putting too much pressure on him and being like, why don't you marry me yet? Or why don't you get engaged? Oh, that's really loud. Why don't you marry me yet? Or why don't you get engaged to me? Then that could be putting too much pressure on him again, and hence why he does the runner. And lastly, number 1, his focus is elsewhere. Again, ladies, you can be the most amazing woman in the world, which you all are. And sometimes, the guy just really isn't ready to step up and give you a committed relationship because that's not his focus right now. And I know that sucks, especially if you're connected with this guy and especially if you really like him. But if he's not ready, he's just not ready. And it's not something that you can force him to be. It is something that you can communicate to him, well, I'm ready. You can try and encourage and influence his behavior by, giving him the freedom to still focus on other areas in his life whilst still having a relationship. But if his focus is first building his career instead of building, a relationship for marriage, or maybe setting himself up financially, or, doing some sort of adventure that he always promised himself that he wanted to do, that is where his energy will be going into. And most of the time, ladies, men don't really, or I don't want to say, they don't want this to sound negative, but they can't do the same thing, They have to go, okay, well, I want to do this, then I want to do this, then I want to do this. Whereas we as women are like, well, I can still find my identity and have a relationship at the same time. Right, which is probably not even the smartest thing to do. But you get what I mean. We're able to spread ourselves around emotionally in our mental capacity. But for men, it's like if they're focused on one thing, they'll tend to just want to put all the energy into that before they're ready to actually invest into a romantic relationship. Well, there you go, girls. I hope that actually cleared up a couple of things for you. As I said, I'm not here to sugarcoat the truth. I really want you ladies to have progress in your love life, and I don't want you to be disillusioned just because of how you feel for a guy. Remember, we want to invest into men who are on the same page as us, who are ready to actually invest back into us. So download my free guide, The 9 Types of Women That Make Men Run. And if you want to, also join my Facebook group, which of course is full of so much support and education that I put all in there for free. It's a nice little community of women only. And the good thing is because I coach men, I have all their man secrets that I share with you girls as well. Now, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, share this with a girlfriend that maybe needs to see it, and pop down in the comments below, thanks Renee, if this helped you. Of course, give me a thumbs up, and I think that's it. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye for now.